and they're trying to power creep Exciton. They are actually attempting to replace Exciton. I never thought I would see the day.
Come, face me, give in to your pride.
Kiko Shubu, or Struggling Battle. It is a normal trap card. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. If your opponent controls more cards than you do, at the end of the battle phase, your opponent banishes cards until they control the same number of cards as you do. So it's like a very strangely convoluted fabled unicorn more than an Exciton, I guess.
Oh my gosh, hold on to your hooves!
So at first glance, this card is fucking ridiculous, right? You have to banish cards face down, and we all know how powerful banishing cards is that don't target. It's one of the strongest mechanics in the game, except for maybe like non-targeted spinning. And of course, it's permanent, and it banishes the whole surplus. However, it's not as game-breaking as you might think. So there's an important clause here that you need to keep in mind. Number one, it's the fact that it's at the end of the battle phase. Number two, your opponent actually gets to decide which cards they banish. And it means that they can find ways to play around it by setting cards they don't need and banishing those instead. And it kind of depends on format to format how good this is going to be. You see, in a format where you can be OTK'd very easily, well, this card does nothing because it's dead by the time it reaches its activation requirement. As for side decking, I don't really know if this thing will be sided. I feel like it's one of those cards you either play or you don't play.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
And if this card actually ends up rising in popularity and being worth running, you're going to find that a lot of people are going to play around it. How do you play around non-targeted banishing? Well, because it's at the end of the battle phase, you kind of just set up to OTK your opponent and then you push. Because you need to control no cards to activate it, so it's very easy to read. So yes, while this card at first glance seems absolutely phenomenal and crazy and insane, I actually think it's not as good as people might think. We don't really know how it's going to impact the game a few months from now and in a different set. It could be that in that certain format it'll be really good. Like I said, I think it's one of those cards that's going to be really good or really bad. And that, my friends, is why this card might suck. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a cameraman. I just work here, dude. Let me know what you think about this card, and see you next time.
Come, face me, give in to your pride.